Wasted World of Sports, ahoy! How are we all doing this evening? Nice to see you all. We are ready for a blockbuster contest here tonight to kick off NRL Round 17. It is a grudge match. A grudge match of epic proportions. Welcome along, everybody. Toxic, the Galaxy popular girl, ahoy. I know that this is not really your sort of thing, you know? Not really a sports fan, so I very much appreciate you dropping by. I hope that you know, my goal for the night is to obtain your interest long enough that you actually stick around for some period of time. Remembering the old days, you know, during my video game live streams, and we used to chat away all hours of the night, playing games, talking nonsense. Well, the same thing happens here. It's just there'll be a little bit more sports tonight. I do have a game to cover. And it is the Cronulla Sharks against the Melbourne Storm. A grudge match because this is two teams that really don't like each other. But let's face it, nobody likes the Melbourne Storm. I'm talking about the other teams, of course. Everybody wants to beat the Storm. Everybody wants to beat the Storm. Everybody wants to beat the Panthers. Nick Sharky. Malia, welcome along. Who do you go for with a name like Sharky? Probably the Sharks. Okay, yes. Hi, who will win? I picked my favorite Shark team. Your favorite Shark team? Are there multiple Shark teams, are there? I really like the Sharks, and there's multiple Sharks. I'm going to pick my favorite Shark team. But anyway, the Sharks are my team as well. I'm very nervous about tonight. I feel like this is a big game in terms of the season. I'm a Shark supporter as well, Nick. Yeah, pretty much all my life, basically. 2016 was a fantastic year. I'll drink to that. Of course, it's the only year that we've got to drink to, but 2016, of course, the only year that the Sharks have won the premiership. Will long live in the recesses of my memory. And the memory of all Sharks fans, I'm sure. So this is a very important game in many respects because the Storm are under strength. Now, the Sharks have had a little bit of an interrupted lead-up. So they're a little bit under strength themselves. But here's the key. All right. So basically for Shark supporters, we've lost Nicho Hynes. Nicho Hynes is a big out. But here's why I have stuck with the Sharks for tonight. Apart from them being my team, I support them, so I kind of have to go for them. But I'm also realistic. When supporting my own team, I'm also realistic about the games that they should win or lose. I still feel like this is a game they could win. They really need to put up a solid effort. Because they're missing Nicho Hynes, they're missing Talakai to Origin squad. Okay, now, Nicho Hynes didn't make the starting squad of the New South Wales Blues, so he came back into the Sharks squad. Okay, but they were preparing as if Nicho Hynes wasn't going to be playing. That's the key, I think. They were already preparing this week for life without Nicho Hynes. He came back into the squad, got ruled out with COVID. Okay, he's taken Toby Rudolph down with him. That's a bit of a bummer. But it is what it is. It's happened. We can't do anything about it now. Galaxy's trying their best to understand. It's all good. It's all good, Galaxy. We we just hang out. We have a good time. Understanding is not necessarily something that needs to happen. So, yes. Right. So they were planning for life without Nicho Hynes anyway. That's what I'm thinking. It was a bonus that he was going to be brought back into the squad. Now that he's been ruled out with COVID, they were already planning for life without him this week anyway. So I'm hoping that is just enough to get the Sharks over the line tonight. And it's a big contest, a big game. We are getting ready to get underway. And we are underway. Sharks home game, of course, here at PointsBet Stadium. They are kicking off. And it is the Melbourne Storm with first use of the ball. Now, of course, the Storm have got a few players out with Origin themselves. Let's not forget that. Some key outs as well. Cameron Munster, anytime he is out of the team, it seems to be a struggle for the Storm. But, of course, Pappenhausen is still there. He is a game breaker. I feel like it could be a close game, and that's why I didn't bring any winners or losers into my same-game multi-bets tonight. You see down the bottom there. The same game multi, I've just gone doubles. I've gone double on Mulatalo, a double on Pappenhausen. And here is early quality territory for the Storm. Oh, that's a horrible play the ball by Big Nass. And that's forced. A rush kick by Lewis. And it's not a bad one, really, but it's covered nicely by the Sharks. And Katoa. I'm surprised he caught the ball, to be honest. Actually, that's harsh. That's not fair. Katoa's been a lot better under the high ball since a couple of weeks ago when he had an absolute nightmare. I can't even remember who that was against. Was it against the Broncos, maybe? He had a nightmare anyway. It was a terrible scenario under the high ball. I'd like to see a replay of that play, the ball. Oh, that's a terrible offload, and that's put the Sharks under pressure early. But Kennedy somehow cleans up the scraps, and here's Andrew Fafita's on the field already. What's going on? And he's wearing pink underwear. That's terrifying. There's nothing wrong with pink. Oh, God, okay, I'm just taking the bollocks out of pink, and I'm wearing a pink bandana tonight for the stream. No, it wasn't anything against pink. It was just really bizarre to see big Andrew Fafita charging upfield, have his pants pulled down, and there's pink underwear. It was a little bit terrifying on a few levels. But anyway, nothing against pink. Fantastic color, you know. Right, Melbourne Storm ball, third tackle. They're bringing the ball out of their own end. They're 40 metres out from their own line here. And it's Big Nass with about his third or fourth hit up already in the night. And that's a better play, the ball. At least he actually touched the ball with his foot this time. Justin Olam gets away from... Who was that there? Was that Nakora? He got away from him anyway, whoever the hell it was. Don't know. Probably should bring my team list up. Okay, so it was Jesse Ramian. There we go. DC, ahoy there, mate. How are you doing? Oh, what a risky pass. And another risky pass across the face of goal. The Sharks playing expansive. And Connor Tracey takes it up over their own 20-metre line. But by God, that was... Oh, here goes Mulatalo breaking through. And Jerome Hughes, I don't know what Jerome Hughes was doing back there. But he was back there, and lucky for the Storm, because otherwise, Mulatalo was away, and that would have been a nice early tick on my multi. A very simple multi tonight. Double try scorers on either side, Mulatalo and Pappenhausen, and here go the Sharks spreading it wide, but it's shut down. But they're into the Storm territory. Their first real quality use of the football, 40 metres out on tackle 5. Fifth and last tackle, 58-metre gain is a very solid one. Trindle doing the kicking. He's been doing well in New South Wales Cup. And that's a good kick, but Pappenhausen takes it nicely. Leaps up. Takes it on the full. And that's a terrible pass from tummy half. May have even been slightly forward. But it was so far. They thought that Justin Olam was about 8 feet tall. Throwing that pass. James Hooper is just informing us that the Sharks have not... Oh, we've got a HIA very, very early. Who's going off? Someone from the Storm? Oh, there was a head clash. So it'd be Well, I thought it was a head clash. Mulatalo and that guy. I don't know who that is. Sorry. Must be one of the new guys. Yes, Galaxy, it's very normal. I'm not allowed. I would get sued for millions of dollars if I put the game on the screen. So you need to watch the game on Discord and listen on YouTube. That's the way that it goes. Otherwise, it would cost me a lot of money that I don't have. Jerome Hughes with a kick from inside the 30. The Sharks with a great set on defense there. That seemed to go very, very quickly. And now Kennedy brings the ball back for the Sharks. And they are winning the territory battle early on here. Cronulla. A little bit surprising. Now, I've tipped Cronulla. I should imagine that... Trevor Daly, ahoy there. Good to see you here on a Thursday. Yes, well, my Sharks are playing, Trevor. My Sharkies are on. Okay, my Sharkies are on against the Storm, but it's an origin depleted Storm. Let's not forget that. A very good chance to knock off Melbourne when they're origin depleted. Oh, what the hell was that, Wade Graham? Wade Graham with the absolute worst shovel on you'll ever see in your life. I'm not even joking. That was the worst shovel on pass you will ever see in the history of shovel on passes. Panicked is what it was. Fifth and last, and Moylan with the kick this time. It's another decent one, to be honest. The pressure he was under. Not half bad. Not great either, but, you know, not half bad. They're doing really well defensively early in this contest. It's only 6 minutes old, let's not forget. So both teams are just feeling each other out at the moment. But 6 minutes gone. The Sharks are winning the territory battle at the moment. Again, fourth tackle here. Storm going nowhere fast. Spreading it wide now. Here is some space. Seve gets around Connor Tracey, and that's better. See, spreading the ball wide is maybe what the Storm need to do. Fifth and last, up to halfway. Jerome Hughes, that's a torpedo. They've let it bounce, and that's always dangerous. And that's a knock on by Jesse Ramian, you goof. You absolute goof. Whoa, inside 10. Oh, they got away with that. Oh, Jesse Ramian breathes a sigh of relief, as do Shark supporters everywhere. And yeah, they were inside the 10. They were inside the 10 by a lot there, the Melbourne Chasers. Yeah, so... They were offside by about 20 metres there. So they got away with that, the Sharks. Jeez. What a huge let-off. Jesse Ramian. You know, Jesse Ramian's a really bizarre case, isn't he? Because I feel like at one point... Now, I think I've got this correct when I say Jesse Ramian, he was in the Sharks team. Baden, ahoy there, mate. Jesse Ramian was in the Sharks team, and then he left, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, short side play here. No, Moylan looks back inside, and then he's chopped down. Matt Moylan's due for a bad game or to get injured, so let's keep an eye on that. Trendle falls over falls on his ass. Katoa for the... Oh, he's thrown it back inside, and he's thrown it back inside to nobody, and it's picked up by the Storm. They swoop on the loose ball. But very promising signs there early for the Sharks. Katoa's over on this side. Okay, so we need the ball to go over to the left-hand side. The left-hand edge. That's where Mulatalo is. A very simple multi-bet that we've got going tonight. We've got Mulatalo for a double, and we've got Pappenhausen for a double. Simples. Easy as you like. Fifth and last, Storm inside their own territory again. They are really, really getting dominated in defense. Now, rest assured the Sharks will not let the ball go down bounce this time, and they don't. Mulatalo takes it on the full. After the disaster that almost happened last time, I'm sure that they will not let that ball bounce again all night. Nobody's really threatened the try line yet. But the Sharks are just slightly winning the territory battle. Brayley out of dummy half. Gordon Green, you need over 39. I think it might happen. 39, so essentially 20 points average to each team. I think it might happen. High ball is a good one, and it's knocked forward by the Storm. And it's a penalty. It's the exact same penalty for inside 10. It is the exact same penalty, and now the Storm are given a let-off from a mistake off the high ball. Dean Ieremia knocks that one on cold, but it's the Sharks this time who are offside inside the 10 on the kick chase. So yes, Gordon, I think that's a good bet. You know, is that your only bet? You've just gone a straight bet over 39 points. So we're looking for an average of 20 to each team. I think this game's going to open up late. I think it'll be tight and it'll be low scoring for maybe about 60 minutes, and then it'll just open up, and one or both teams will just go bang bang, and suddenly there'll be a lot of points on the scoreboard. So I think that's a pretty decent bet. I've gone just a simple multi-try scorers, double for Mulatalo. Now that's 4. That is so far forward by the cheese. My God, I actually can't believe it was called. I've been complaining about forward passes for about the last month. I can't believe one was actually called, but that was a pretty blatantly obvious one. Holy hell, that is so far forward. And that is very, very lazy there by the cheese. Very lazy. Jerome Hughes looks perplexed. I don't know what about. Maybe he's surprised that... I mean, he can't be surprised that it was called a forward pass, surely. Maybe he's just shocked that Brandon Smith actually threw the ball to him. Because he's like, I overran you. I can't believe you even threw that to me. He can't surely be perplexed about the call being made. But it's Sharks ball here, and this is really the first opportunity of the night. Can they make something of it? Fafita with another hit up, and there's his pink underwear on display again for all to see. And they stay the right-hand side here. Royce Hunt on the short ball. Fourth tackle here. 10 metres out, the Sharks hot on attack, and they've created a big overlap, and that is a try for Jesse Ramian. Please tell me you put that goddamn ball down correctly. I looked at the chat room because they just blitzed them. I looked over at the chat room. They had them absolutely skittled. But then I looked back, and I just saw the ball bouncing up in the air. Please tell me this goddamn idiot put the ball down correctly. Try confirmed. Oh, my God. I just saw the ball go spurting out. Yeah, okay, he did put it down. Frenchie, ahoy there. How are you, Heel Fries? Heel Fries, the Frenchie. Seth freaking Rollins, Alexa Bliss Jones. So the Sharks with the first try. 4 points to 0, kick to come. Good reward, really, there for the Sharks. Look, they had them absolutely skittled there. Jesse Ramian threw the dummy. Olam fell for it. Olam had no choice, really. That's no offense to Justin Olam. He had a call to make. He had a call to make. It was Ieremia who's gone racing in. It left Olam with a choice. Ball for the dummy or not. Tough choice to make. 50-50 call. And it's Braden Trindle now taking the conversion. Trindle in the team, of course. Nicho Hynes out with... Oh, what a disastrous kick. Jesus Christ. Okay, can we get a new goal kicker, please? That was awful. Great pass there by Trindle. Now, as I was saying... Okay, I was about to praise Braden Trindle on the back of that play because he got a great ball away there that created that overlap. But then he took that shot at goal, that conversion attempt, and that was terrible. Now, what is slightly concerning, of course, is the Sharks in recent years have lost a lot of games by 2 or 4 points here or there, and it's been goal kicking. Their goal kicking percentage over the past 3 or 4 seasons has probably been one of the worst in the entire NRL. And that tonight was not a good start to think that maybe things have been put right. I mean, if this is a close game, and it probably will be, then conversions are going to be very important. And that was an absolutely awful first up attempt. Third tackle here, the Sharks. First set of 6 after points, very important. And the Storm are up too quick there and give away a penalty, which is a gift, an absolute gift to the Sharks. Hey, Heel Fries, Money in the Bank, eh? Austin Theory. How good is Austin Theory, by the way? I'm really enjoying the whole Austin Theory thing. And now he is the Money in the Bank owner. Wonderful scenes. First tackle here for the Sharks. 30 meters out from the Storm line. They're on the attack again. Oh, jeez. Oh, geez. 20 out. Oh, Moylan steps inside, gives it to Brayley, and it's a try for the Sharks. Now, surely Trindle will kick this conversion. The Sharks are absolutely carving it up here at PointsBet Stadium. 8 points to 0. Kick to come. What a play. Bang, bang, they've gone. Mark O'Brien, ahoy there, mate. Welcome along. Stepped inside. Who was that? Brayley has just stepped inside somebody and made them look absolutely foolish. Okay, so Moylan steps inside. Pappenhausen, of all people. Pappenhausen has gone on his ass. And the gap has opened up, and that's another try for the Sharks. 8 points to 0 early here. What a step and pass by Moylan. You know, Matt Moylan is in probably, well, I can't necessarily say career best form, but Matt Moylan is definitely in Sharks' career best form in recent weeks. And that's what's really alarming, because I'm just waiting for it all to, you know, like stretching out an elastic band. Stretching out an elastic band. You're just waiting for it to break and the snap back. Kathy, Mafu, ahoy there. Welcome along to the call. Hope you're enjoying the game tonight. Sharks, Storm, conversion successful by Trindle this time, because for the love of Christ, if he had missed that one, he'd have been I'd have had him off the field. Well, maybe not off the field, just away from goal kicking duties. That was right beside the post. Conversion successful. It is 10 points to 0. Sharks over the Storm. Fantastic effort so far. 16 minutes gone in this contest. Now, again, I always say it, every stream, every game, I always say the first set of 6 after points, extremely important. Sharks got a penalty last time, rampaged upfield, scored a try. But this is a solid defensive effort now at the Storm. They realize what's going on. They understand this game completely. And they know how it works. So they are really ramping things up on defense. The Sharks, 3 tackles, 20 meters out from their own line. They've gone nowhere. Fourth. Finucane into his old teammates. 5th and last, they've only got to the 30-meter line. Nice kick there into the breeze. Pappenhausen brings it back, but that's a great answer to that defensive set. He tries to milk a penalty, and nothing doing, mate. You know what? That probably would have worked if it was a home game for Melbourne. But no, nothing happening here at PointsBet Stadium. Oh, that might be a penalty, though. That doesn't... They're offside, apparently. Mark O'Brien says bellyache will not be happy. I don't think he ever is, though, to be honest. Is he ever happy, bellyache? Here is a big opportunity now for Melbourne to strike back. Tackle 1, 30 metres out from the Sharks line. A very relieving penalty that takes them up here into this position. What can they come up with? Robert M., you ended up going the Storm. No. No more players from the Sharks were taken out of the team. The Manly rep. Ahoy there, mate. Now, Manly rep. Manly rep. I hope that... 6 again here for the Storm. Oh, this is big-time pressure. We'll come back to that. We'll come back to these conversations in the chat room because 10 metres out from the line, the Storm have just got a 6 again for some form of ruck infringement. Naturally, none of us know what it was for. Cheese out of dummy half. Here's a chance. Bromwich, a metre out from the line, if that. Yes, it's a metre. Probably exactly, actually. Hughes takes it out wide. Pappenhausen inside ball to Big Nass. They've lost ground here, though, the Storm. Good defence from the Sharks. 4th tackle. Cheese out of dummy half. Takes it on the 5th and last. They're 5 metres out now. Right-hand side. Hughes kicks it through, but it's taken by Mulatalo. And Mulatalo is then knock on. He's been called for a knock on. Robert M., who's the guy? Oh, this feels weird. Robert M. asking questions. That's a knock on. Oh, gee. Challenge that. Well, it's too late to challenge, but my God, that was called a knock on. No captain's challenge. It's going to be a scrum. Oh, that's a horrible call. That to be honest, horrible call. It's a scrum for the Storm midfield. Robert M. Braden Trindle's doing the kicking. Here goes Pappenhausen. It's been a 6 again on the first tackle. Aiden Pace, ahoy there, mate. I'll be back to the chat room very, very shortly. Oh, and here is a penalty for a high shot. Jesse Ramian, of course. Oh, Jesse Ramian is an error and penalty machine. You know what? Oh, I was talking about him earlier, actually, but we might need to come back to that conversation too, because all the action is happening here. 10 metres out from the Sharks line. Tap and go. Olam passes it off to Meaney. King takes it up. Okay, tackle 1, 10 metres out, just to the left of the Sharks uprights. They go to the right-hand side, the big open side, and Bromwich takes it up. Bromwich J. 6 more again now. Cheese dummies left, goes right. It's all Storm at the moment. Sharks are going to do really well to repel this attack. Hughes to Pappenhausen. Inside ball. Big Nass takes it up. Offloads. Meaney's got it. And Meaney has got himself 10 metres out on tackle 2. Just waiting for another 6 again, basically. King offloads to nobody, but it's cleaned up by Bromwich. And Bromwich has taken. They've lost ground here, Storm. 3rd tackle, 11 metres out. Kind of in front of the posts. Cheese again, dummies left, goes right. Inside ball to Hughes. And Jerome Hughes is probably not who you want on a crash ball inside play. 5th and last. Oh, no, offload. Offload to Seve. 5th and last now. Out on the right-hand edge. 5th and last. 10 metres out. Hughes. Crossfield kick. Pappenhausen taps it back. And it is collected by Sharks. Ramian, has he touched the ball? He has not. And it's a knock on Melbourne. And the Sharks withstand that attack. What an amazing effort by them. Okay, now, chat room. How are we all doing? Manly rep, I hope that at some period of time in the past week that I have upgraded from the bench, potentially to the starting squad. Oh, God, I'll tell you what. I've actually, I've actually been having. I can't believe. I don't understand why Michelle laughed so much. Michelle laughed for about half an hour at the thought of me in my younger years being in shape enough to be a halfback. I don't understand why she found that so amusing, but she did. She thought that was the funniest thing ever. She was there on the ground laughing her ass off for about half an hour at me saying I used to be a halfback, but then I discovered meat pies, and then I became a forward. But I suppose in her defense, Michelle in her lifetime has only known me as forward Dan. So yes, she's never even seen photos of me when I was in that kind of shape. So in her defense, she doesn't know the shape that I used to be in. So Heel Fries rewatched the Eels Rabbit stream, and yeah. Well, I think we all were, Heel Fries. I think we all were. I was actually talking to Michelle about that earlier. That Eels Rabbits game, I don't think we even spoke about the game. 80 minutes of game, I don't think we even talked about the game for 5 minutes. That whole stream was just everything but the game. But anyway, that happens from time to time. Hang on. Eels Rabbits or Eels Dragons? I don't know. Eels somebody. Rabbits. Yes. It was just you and Michelle arguing. I could believe that. Michelle was definitely argumentative that night, just quietly. Yeah, just quietly. She was very argumentative that night. And well, argumentative / confrontational, because not just your interaction in the chat room with her, but me, her falling over laughing for half an hour at the thought that I was once in shape is like, if sober Michelle, you have that conversation with her and say, yeah, when I used to play in my younger years, I was fit enough that I was a halfback. Sober Michelle would be like, oh, is that right? That's pretty cool. Yeah, sweet, great. Drunk Michelle's like falling on her ass on the floor going, you in shape, you fat fuck. Anyway, it is what it is. Oh, here's space now for the Sharks again. Ieremia looking for a double. Ieremia gets it. Oh, I had the wrong player. Whose surname starts with R for a double for the Sharks. Oh, he's got no try. It's gone up as no try. In amongst all that conversation, it's gone up as no try. And yeah, Jesse Ieremia does not look confident at all. He actually doesn't look confident. He's dropped it. That's why. He's dropped the ball cold. Forward. You useless prick. Okay. Oh. 14, potentially 16-0 lead. That would have been immense. But yeah, Jesse Ieremia. No, he drops a cold. You goof. Chance for an Intoxigamer stream? Absolutely 0% tonight, because I've got a very important day of work tomorrow. But I'm thinking holy hell, Justin Olam has just burst through on the 0 tackle over halfway, and now it's all Storm here. Another opportunity. What a great run there by Justin Olam. Yeah, but hopefully at some point over the course of the weekend, because I really desperately want to play the Quarry. I desperately want to stream the quarry. Hughes with the kick through, and it's taken nicely by Trindle. Trindle's been tearing it up in New South Wales Cup. Great to see him get another shot here at the top grade, even though it is at the expense of Nicho Hynes. Nicho COVID Hynes. "13 minutes to go till halftime. It is Sharks 10-0. Could have quite easily been... Oh, what? Jesse Raymond, you go... Get him off the field. Oh, he has just dropped the ball cold. I apologize for screaming into the microphone as well. That was probably incredibly loud, even though I stepped back half a meter. Jesse Raymond is having a nightmare, despite the fact that he scored the first try. Well, the first try. Despite the fact that he scored the first try, overall, that goof is having an absolute nightmare. And I really wish that he... Why? We've got Lockie Miller running around in New South Wales Cup and we're putting this goof on the field every week. Jesus Christ, Fitzy. Get your act together, mate, and pick a decent team. Okay. Now that I've got that out of the way, it's tackle 3 here. Storm, Cheese, dummies right. Back into the open side. Pappenhausen, cut out ball. Ieremia on Katoa. But they had that well and truly covered there, the Sharks. And again, they're numbered up here, the Sharks. Meaney just takes a settler in front of the post. It's 5th and last. 10 out, midfield, right in front of the post. They go right. Hughes goes through the hands, and it's shut down. Oh, they keep the ball alive, though, Storm. And there's kick through. Well, Pappenhausen was offside by about 7.5 meters. But he got away with it, and Trindle's picked the ball up anyway. Trindle's having an absolute blinder, to be fair. And here is a relieving penalty to the Sharks on the back of that. Braden Trindle, stand up, sir. You know what? In the preseason video, I actually called for Braden Trindle to be ahead of Matt Moylan in the starting squad. I was hoping for a Hynes-Trindle combination. Now, to be totally fair, Trindle started the season absolutely god-awful. He's been sent down to the New South Wales Cup, got a bit of a wake-up call. He has been tearing it up down there in what is essentially reserve grade. He's got his chance tonight, and he is playing really well. Offload there for Nukin, and the Sharks keep the ball alive. McInnes. They're only 30 metres out from their own line. Well, 40 now, but not a great touch finder, to be fair, whoever took that kick. Moylan takes it to the line. Last minute offload to Tracey. They stay alive. Back in field, McInnes again. And that's where the play will die, because it usually does. No offense to McInnes. It's just that's all he knows. All he knows is just run it forward. Created numbers again here. Inside ball. Ramian's probably going to knock it on at some point. No. Holy hell, he's held it, and he's got up and played the ball. And the kick over by Brayley is a little too deep. Well, they've played at it. Ieremia's played at it. He probably didn't need to do that, to be fair. But he has. Blindside play. Probably could have gone through the hands. But they've got a result, and they've got the ball back, presumably. And they've got to secure it from the dropout, of course. Oh, Justin Olam looking a bit ginger. He's got the trainer with him. Pappenhausen goes long. And Tolman brings it. Oh, no worries, Manly Ramp. Yeah. Catch you later. Catch you next. Catch you at some point again over the weekend, I'm sure. In the games ahead. Second tackle here, Sharks. 20 out from the line. They go left. They've got them stretched, but they go wide too early there. Wade Graham. Too many concussions. Doesn't understand what to do. The cutout pass wasn't the play. Go through the hands there. But anyway, easy for me to say. Easy for me to say. Not down there on the field. Graham again. Inside ball. Inside to Brayley. Brayley looking for the offload. Finds Moylan. Taps onto Trindle, who knocks it on. And that's his first real mistake of the night. Wasn't really his fault. He can't be a miracle worker every single time. 8 minutes to go till halftime. I'm going to have a quick break before they do this scrum. So Storm restart. Tackle 2. 30 metres out. And here is a very, very big relieving penalty. Very big relieving penalty here for the Storm. Up inside the 10 is the call. And that is, yeah, that's huge. Oh, he hasn't found touch, Jerome Hughes. It's Sharks ball. Oh, that's a big mistake. That's a big let-off. Storm, they had a... Oh, wow, they're in... Oh, jeez. Holy hell. I'll tell you what. Halftime. To be a fly on the wall in the halftime sheds. Short ball, possibly forward, but it's a break here. Sharks. Oh, Pappenhausen with a tackle. They've got the momentum now, though. Sharks, they've got the numbers now. 4-on-3. Moylan kicks for some reason. It bounces up for Mulatalo, who scores. That's probably why he kicked the ball. Mulatalo has scored. That is a tick in my multi as soon as it's awarded. And it's the Sharks 14-0. And yeah, Trindle's got no chance of kicking this conversion. So 14-0 is the score that it's going to remain. Here we go. Trindle with the ball possibly slightly forward. He's having a great game. Into Nakora. Had the tackle 25 out. A big open side to the left. Now they had 4-on-3. I thought that Moylan had screwed it by kicking. But it bounces kindly for Mulatalo, and Mulatalo scores in the corner. They had a 4-on-3 overlap, and Moylan put the kick in, and I thought to myself, what a goof. What a goof, Moylan. But the bounce was kind. Mulatalo scores. What a try. 6 tries in the past 6 games for Mulatalo, and that's great for our same game multi. I've gone double. Double for Mulatalo. Double for Pappenhausen. Five minutes to go till halftime. It's been all Sharks. Okay, I need to go to the NRL tipping. I need to check out the Wasted World of Sports tipping contest because I feel like I might be one of the only people who's gone the Sharks tonight. And we're off to a pretty good start here in that respect. Yeah, there's only 2 of us. There's only 2 of us who have gone the Sharks. I was one of them. So this is going to be a great result for me if they can keep up with... Oh, Trindle's actually kicked the conversion. Trindle actually kicked the goal. It is 16-0 approaching halftime. Sharks over the Storm. Who'd have thought? I mean, I've been on the Sharks all week. Chairs, Mark O'Brien is like, chairs will be kicked. Chairs will be kicked. Chairs will be thrown. The cheese is going to be called a fat. Everything's going to be happening in that Storm shed at halftime. But this is absolutely incredible. Sharks with a lot of momentum here. Is McInnes number 15? Oh, they've kicked on the fourth. Straight down the throat, though, to Pappenhausen. Terrible kick, to be fair. Horrible kick. Probably not the right option, but it was a great chase, and they have tackled him on the 30-metre line, and that is a waste of a tackle there. Okay, so we're looking at the live ladder here, and on the live ladder, the Sharks go up to 24 points, drops Melbourne down to third, so the Cowboys go up to second, and the Sharks in fourth, hold on to fourth spot. Amazing stuff. Cheese runs across field. Now here's a chance. Oh, Olam dummied. Ieremia was away unmarked on the outside, but Justin Olam has dummied and gone himself, and he is taken down for tackle 4, and that has cost them not a try, but it's cost them about 25 metres. And now the kick has to come from 30 out, and Hughes, it's a decent one. Molatalo takes it. No pressure on him whatsoever. And the Sharks holding on. We could be going into halftime. 16 points to 0. Now, I've been on the Sharks all week. COVID hit. I panicked. I switched to the Storm. I got over my panic. I switched back to the Sharks. But I didn't think it would be like 16-0. And now here goes Connor Tracey. Straight through. Oh, and he's just ankle tapped by Jahrome Hughes. And if he's not ankle tapped, that's another try. What can they come up with here? Ramian, Katoa, grubbers through nicely. It sits up, and it's Ramian for a double, and the Sharks have scored again. It's 20 points to 0. Kick to come. What the hell is happening here? What is happening? Oh, I am blown away by what I'm seeing here tonight. 20 points to 0 lead going into halftime. Kick to come. They missed a try over on the left. Jahrome Hughes with a try-saving ankle tap on Connor Tracey, but they kept the play alive. Over to the right-hand side. They had them blitzed for numbers. Katoa with a pinpoint perfect grubber kick to the end goal. Try time. I can't believe it, Mick Innes. Maybe we should piss Nicho Hynes back off to the Storm. We seem to be going all right without him. $20 kick to come. Michelle, ahoy. How you doing? I had the wrong player for a double tonight for the Sharks. Whoops. Yeah, try confirmed. Kick to come. Heel Fries is like, oh, it's Michelle. Braden Trindle from out wide. 2 from 3 tonight. Oh, he's terrible from this side of the field, isn't he? Braden Trindle is goddamn awful from this side of the field. 20 points to 0. Frenchie is heel fries, in case you didn't know, Michelle. Just in case you don't remember, because, you know, Wasted World of Sports were in full wasted effect last time out that heel fries was using the Frenchie account. Wasted World of Sports were absolutely living up to their name that night. $27 seconds to go till halftime. 20 points to 0, Sharks. Absolutely unbelievable. Oh, God, calm down, you idiots. Okay, Accept the 20. Oh, God. I feel like there's going to be like an intercept or something here to give the Melbourne Storm some momentum going into halftime break. Just calm down, all right? Calm down. Okay, good. He fell over. Halftime. Oh, God. Just calm down, okay? They're getting way too excited, way too full of themselves. Fitzy needs to calm them down. Fitzy needs to slap him across the face and say the job's not done. These pricks can come back from this scoreline very easily. 20 points nil, half-time. Sharks are the Storm. Who'd have thought? Look, I tipped the Sharks. I tipped the Sharks because I thought they have an advantage over the Storm at Origin time. The Storm have got a lot of outs. The Sharks are only missing, well, Hynes now, but they were expecting to miss Hynes. They were expecting to miss Talakai. The only unexpected out this week was Toby Rudolph. So they've prepared all week for life without Hynes and Talakai. So it doesn't really matter that sort of changed quickly. The Storm with all their Origin outs. The Storm's biggest halftime deficit since 2014, says Lara Pitt. And if Lara Pitt says it, then I'm listening. So, the Storm's biggest halftime deficit since 2014. Absolutely incredible. But let's put this into perspective, okay? Like I said at the top of the stream, this was one that the Sharks really needed to win. They needed to win this because the Storm are under strength. The Sharks are missing a couple of players themselves, but in terms of regular full-time starting players, the Storm are really under strength. And so, realistically, if the Sharks are to be any threat come finals time, any threat at all, or even earn their place in the finals, this is a game that they really need to ice. You really need to take advantage of an Origin playerless Storm team. And that's what the Sharks are doing tonight so far. But there is a long way to go in this contest. There's still a whole half to go. 20 points, you know, it's 3 tries and a penalty goal or a 2-point field goal. The Storm are very capable of coming back into this contest. They can't relax at halftime here, the Sharks. They can't come out in the second half and go into their shell. But at the same time, they can't come out and play like they played that last 20 seconds in the first half because that was overplaying their hand. They've just got to keep doing what they were doing in the whole lead-up. Do what they were doing in that first 38 or so minutes. Right before halftime there, that was dangerous. If they threw a stupid ball and gave the Storm, gifted them 6 points right before halftime, that's a game changer, you know? Okay, Michelle, I know that you really, really hate the Storm, but, I mean, come on, let's be fair. Let's be fair. Let's be completely fair. They've got a few players out, you know? Sex! Sorry. Commercials on the thing talking about sex. I'll show myself out. Okay, Cameron Munster's out. Harry Grant's out. Let me try and coordinate this can here. Old mate, who? Oh, yeah, Kaufusi. Okay, old mate Foreskin. Yeah, Kaufusi. Yeah, and Kaufusi. Although Kaufusi's not playing Origin, he would have been out anyway. It's funny how... Well, actually, no, that's not funny at all. Oh, Harry Grant. Why is Harry Grant old mate Foreskin? Show that statue that Michelle's scared of. Oh, this one. This is not a statue. This is a yeah. This is actually not a statue. This is a full on robot. It actually talks. You need to plug it in, but it talks. Ah, right. Stop. Ah, she's worried that I'm touching the jersey. Oi. Wake up. Oh, okay. Oh, God. Might help if I actually put the plug in. You'll be amazed at what happens when I put the correct plug into the socket. How are you, mate? Yeah, good to see you. Are you enjoying the game so far? Yeah, that was Michelle that just whomped you on the head, by the way. Just so you know. So next time she's here, that was her. It's zombie pencil pat. But anyways, yeah. Wonderful scenes. Okay. All right. Yes, that. So yeah, this footy game. How about this footy game? Sharks 20-0 over the Storm. Who'd have thought, right?
Thank you for joining us this evening.
Yes, thank you.
Hope I may be of some service.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. As Zombie Pencil Pat says, thank you for joining us. That's weird. That's actually the first thing that he said that actually matched up with. Now he's asleep. Dan in 5 years. Okay. Can we please get to the bottom of why Michelle is so mean to me in the most recent streams?
Who've arrived. Right in.
Yeah, why is she so mean to me? His eyes did move. The eyes move independently of the. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it doesn't annoy me. I'm just curious as to why she hates me so much recently.
Good evening. The master's been expecting you.
She's like, oh, Dan in 5 years. Like, no, I'm not losing my hair that badly. If she had have said, look, if she had have said, oh, that's Dan in 10 years, I probably would have been like, oh, okay, yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. In 10 years. But yeah, it's kind of. Oh, I'll tell you what. So there's a mate of mine from Hong Kong. Terry Cheng from Hong. Shut up! You stop talking now. Yeah, Terry Cheng from Hong Kong. So this guy, before I had the dedicated studio that I've got set up now, this guy used to live in the spare room. Michelle knows all about when he used to live in the. I think Michelle's actually shared the story of the first time. Oi! Stop it! I switched you off. Okay, that's.
Wonderful to see you here this evening.
All right, that's twice that I've pressed the power button and he still hasn't switched off. All right. This guy... Twice I've pressed the power button now and he's still going. This guy's going to Michelle's house tonight.
For joining us this evening.
To spend...
Goodbye.
Shut up! Stop it! You're supposed to have stopped talking. Okay. Yeah, so... Stop it! All right. Okay. I think we're fine.
You've arrived.
I swear. Look, I love you. I've given you a Blues jersey. I've given you my Blues jersey. I can't even remember what I was talking about anymore.
Good evening.
Okay.
The master's been expecting you.
You can put this on. There. Get that. Yeah. Oh, sexy. Yes. New South Wales. Yeah. Hey. Okay. I can't even remember where I was going with half of that. But the teams are back out now. Hello. And how are you going? It's your turn now. It's your turn. We're getting ready to get underway here for the second half. 20 points to 0 to the Sharkies. Underway. Kickoff. Storm. Sharks ball. Yeah, I've got no idea. I had a few stories to run through there, but yeah, I can't believe we essentially just did a full 10 or 15 minute bit on old mate over there, Pencil Pat Zombie. Anyway. 20 points to 0 at halftime. Okay, so this will be very interesting to see how the Sharks play this second half. I really hope that Fitzy has calmed them down. Grant Anderson brings the ball back here. The Storm are swamped in defense. Jerome Hughes out at dummy half. Nothing doing there. He's shut down. Sharks really need to step up here. Really need to step up. I don't even care about my multi. You know what? This multi is worth a lot of money. This multi is like a $720 payout if I get it. But I'd be more than happy if the Storm don't score a try all night. I'd be more than happy. As a Sharks supporter, fifth and last, and Jerome Hughes, he goes high. Mulatalo's in. He's challenged in the air. Surely that's a penalty, Sharks. Play on, they say. No, now it's called time up. That was all a little bit of a mess. There was an issue immediately. Immediately, you think time would have been called off. Number 11 there for the Storm, Chris Lewis, up. As soon as he hit the ground, he's clutching his leg. You'd think that common sense prevails, surely. We'll test it off the field. Get him off. Yeah, so Mulatalo up, Lewis up. It's hard to say. Oh, okay, Mulatalo's fallen on him. Accidental. Well, he's been taken in the air, for starters. So, it's his own fault. It's his own goddamn fault, because he's clashed with Mulatalo in the air. You've got a number 11 versus a winger. What a great run there. Who's number 14 for the Sharks? I probably should know this. It's Tolman, Aiden Tolman. What a great run. And the Sharks are now tackle 3. Great momentum. Up over the halfway line. Yeah, let's get... Oh, you know what? First try in the second half for the Sharks would be massive. Massive. I mean, state the obvious and all, but... Moylan out the back to Kennedy. Connor Tracey threatening every time he runs. Fifth and last here. They're 30 out. 20 out, even. And Trindle with the high ball on the short side, looking for Mulatalo. It's not deep enough. Mulatalo takes it, and he just takes it to ground. Gives up the handover. Making sure Jerome, yes, make sure he stays back there and plays it in the correct position. The cheating prick. Anyway. Offload to Pappenhausen. That's dangerous. No space, though, for Joe Dirt. No space. "25 missed tackles by the Storm. Absolutely incredible. Incredible stat. Oh, good hit there. Oh, Pappenhausen breaks away. Now his numbers here. Dummies goes himself, and they've done that a couple of times, the Storm. Dummy to go themselves, not passing to the open man on the outside. Fifth and last, 30 out. Jerome Hughes puts it through the hands. Cheese had about 6 on 2, but he decided to kick it. And not only did he decide to kick it, he's kicked it straight down Sione Katoa's throat. He might want that one over again, to be perfectly honest. 6 on 2 overlap, and he's put the kick in, and he's put it straight down the winger's throat. You at least need to find grass back there if you're going to kick with that sort of overlap. Early kick here from Trindle because it was a nothing set. But that's a great kick in behind Pappenhausen. He has to reach back to collect it. He's not going to pass the ball. Don't fall. Oh, God, he did pass the ball. Okay. Well, I take that all back. And now Pappenhausen is down. He's dislocated his finger or broken a nail or something. Probably the latter. Busted nail for Pappenhausen. He's just like, give me the water, goddammit. Jerome Hughes takes it up to the halfway line. Fifth and last here, Storm. They're just their own side of halfway. Who's kicking? Meaney. Meaney's left with the kicking duties. It's a good one. They've let it bounce again, the Sharks. God damn it, Sharks. Well, that was very lucky. That's the second time tonight. Only the second time tonight the Sharks have let the ball bounce, and twice it has been incredibly dangerous. God damn it. Get to that ball on the full. Fitzy is going to slap someone upside the head, I swear to God. Twice they've let the ball bounce. Twice. Dangerous. You've got to get to those on the full. There is very little more dangerous in rugby league than a bouncing ball. Tackle 4 here, Sharks. 40 out from their own line. Nothing really doing. Short side play, though. Trindle runs, looks threatening. Takes it up over halfway for the fifth and last. Oh, Trindle's having a great game. Moylan with the kick. The chase is good. The pressure's on. They weren't going to threaten the take, but they can put pressure on defense and keep the Storm pinned down here. Make them play. 20 points down, mates. Let's see what you can do. Put the pressure on them, you know? Put the pressure on them. Third tackle. Keeping them pinned down there. Tackle 4. Great defense here from the Sharks. Solid effort. Oh, what a great read. Who is that, number 18? Props to him. Braden Trindle. Braden Trindle is having a goddamn blinder of a game. Kennedy takes it on the full and brings it back now. And the Sharks winning the territory again. Tackle 1, almost on halfway. They're doing everything right. It's scary. It's actually, as a Sharks supporter, it is actually legitimately scary to see my team doing this good. Albeit against an understrength Melbourne team. Look, I'll be honest. This is an origin-depleted Melbourne team. Take it for what it's worth. But these are the sorts of games that the Sharks usually lose. This is where they need to stand up and prove that they've turned a corner. And they're doing it at the moment. Oh, and the Storm have let this bounce. And it's interesting, isn't it? You talk about teams. You talk about teams and you talk about luck. And teams that get a lot of luck. And, you know, people talk about, okay, the Storm, get everything go their way. I mean, look, we've seen twice tonight the Sharks have let the ball bounce from a high ball. And it's caused problems for them. The Storm, for the first time tonight, let the ball bounce, and it just goes boop, 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 and calmly trickles over the sideline. You know, like some teams, just everything falls their way. You know what I mean? You know, no disrespect. It's not a problem. It's just, you know, things seem. It's amazing how things seem to fall one team's way so often, you know, and I'm talking about the Storm, I'm talking about the Eels, I'm talking about the Raiders. You know, they seem to just get so much happen their way more often than not, and that's another example. Like, taken in the air there, Mulatalo, surely. That's got to be a penalty. It's not, because it's the Storm, I suppose. But, oh my God, Ieremia's taken him in the air there, surely. Seve. My apologies to Dean Ieremia, because that was Marion Seve. Trindle kicking on the third from inside the 40. He's looking for a 40-20. It stays in field, but it's a great kick, though. And the end result of this is Storm are starting this set on tackle 1, 10 out from their own line. So even though they did not get the result for the 40-20, they still get the result on defense. Braden Trindle, stand up. Stand up, because I tell you what, I will say it again because I've said it a few times already tonight. Oh, here's a mistake. A knock on by the Storm. A knock on by the Storm. A knock on by the Storm, and it's Sharks ball. 10 metres out from the Storm line, midfield, right in front of the posts. What a hit by Matt Moylan. Oh, and he's busted his elbow, and he's knocked the ball on. Ed Vogel, will Storm score a try? Well, I hope they score 2 tries, and I hope that Pappenhausen scores them both. You know, if Pappenhausen scores 2 tries, okay, let's just say, let's do a theoretical here tonight, okay? Mulatalo scores next for the Sharks, okay? Mulatalo scores. Sharks lead 26-0. You know, there may be about 25 minutes to go at that point. 26-0, 25 minutes to go. I've got Mulatalo for a double. I would be more than happy for Storm to score 2 tries. 26-12, both tries by Pappenhausen. I win my $720. It's a 26-12 ball game. I'd be more than happy with that. Oh, and he's off. He's off. Lewis is off. Busted shoulder there. They've got it slinged up in the jersey. He's off. I thought that was Chris Lewis. It's Grant Anderson, apparently. Well, there you go. Ed Vogel says, what do you reckon the Blues selection for Game 3? Pretty good, I reckon. Like, I was afraid that they would make a lot of changes. Oh, Jesse goddamn Ramian. It's a penalty, though, to the Sharks. Oh, Jesse Ramian is let off the hook again. For the love of God, please, can Jesse Ramian not be in the squad anymore? We've got Lockie Miller running around in New South Wales Cup, and we've got this plonk of a goof. Plonk of a goof. I don't know what that even means. But, well, I'll tell you what it means. It means Jesse Ramian. I don't even care that he has scored a double. I mean, those are 2... There's been more than 2 big errors that he's made, but he's got away with it because the Storm have given away a penalty on every occasion. We've got some quality players down there in New South Wales Cup for Newtown. Kennedy gets away from the defence, threatens the line. Oh, he dummied to Mulatalo. Mulatalo was probably over. Had he got the pass away, it should be 6 again. But it's not. Oh, I can't believe that's not a 6 again. But anyway, Jesse Ramian's a big concern moving forward for the Sharks. Big concern. We've got some quality guys down there in the backs playing New South Wales Cup, and we're continuing on with this plonk. Anyway, Moylan, terrible kick. Mulatalo takes it, offloads to nobody, and it's Storm ball. Yeah, nothing set there. Nothing set there from the Sharks, really. How will Jacob debut for Origin? Oh, God, I don't know. But I mean, it's, you know, for the Blues, pain in the Haas. The pain in the Haas is a big out for New South Wales, a huge out. It cannot be overstated, like, what a big out pain in the Haas is for New South Wales. And then his replacement is now out, so we're now down to like third string forward. Whoa. Jeez, you know, it's a big concern. It's a huge concern. Fifth and last Storm, 30 metres after the Sharks line. The high ball goes up. Mulatalo's been taking these easily all night, and he takes it easy again. Sharks ball. They're pinned on their own line, though. Big set coming up. Oh, and he's collared. Connor Tracey has had his head taken off, and that is a penalty for a high shot, and that's a very relieving penalty for Cronulla. Holy hell, they needed that. Karma Chameleon tries to take his head off. God damn. Sharks on the attack again. They're 30 metres out. Tackle 4, midfield. Go to the right. Scary. Scary passing behind McInnes there. He thought he was in the way. Fifth and last. They stay blindside. Trindle puts it up. Oh, Pappenhausen flying through. Takes it nicely. But the key... entrenched in their own territory here, the Storm. Ed Vogel, where were we for game 2? We were partying at the Trifford in the Valley. Yeah, we actually we went out for game 2. Had a fantastic time. Storm stretch it wide. Wishart had the overlap but steps inside. Takes it to ground. Fifth and last. Halfway line. Jerome Hughes, he goes high. Oh, up and then it's a penalty. They're offside. Or challenging. Some sort of obstruction. Jerome Hughes is not happy. But then he hasn't been all night. So. No, he just jumped into Mulatalo there. He wasn't even trying to take the ball. Oh, Pappenhausen's down in back play. The Storm are challenging this. Melbourne Storm are challenging this. This could be the worst captain's challenge in the history of captain's challenges. He's not even looking at the ball. He's looking at the player, and he's just slammed into him. Bang. He's not competing for the ball. That is the worst captain's challenge that you will ever potentially see. They've lost their challenge. It stays a penalty to the Sharks. The Sharks are going down into Storm territory with a 20 points to 0 lead with 23 and a half minutes to go. Stupid there by the Storm. Oh, Craig Bellamy is going to be fuming up in the coach's box, and don't you love to see it? Ed Vogel says, what worries you for Game 3 selection and performance? Am I allowed to say? Well, as I said, Payne in the Haas is a big out. That is a big out. That's a big hole to fill. And also, as well as Jack Whiten played in Game 1, I'm always very concerned about Jack Whiten getting on the field. So the fact that Jack Whiten's even in the squad is always concerning, because despite the fact that he had a very good game in Game 1, it's essentially the only good game that he's had at Origin level in the 4 or 5 years that for some reason he's been picked. I mean, let's be fair. Let's be fair and honest about that. It is the only decent game at that level that he's had after about 10 attempts. Trevor Daly says there's been a lot of talk about Reece Walsh leaving the Warriors. Oh, look, he was always leaving the Warriors, I thought, you know. The only reason he was at the Warriors is because he got discarded by the Broncos. I'm more surprised. I'm not surprised about him eventually leaving the Warriors. It was always going to happen. Like, he was never meant to be at the Warriors. I am more surprised at the fact that he's actually going back to the Broncos. Because if that was me, I'd be like, hey, you pricks didn't want me. I'm going to play for the Dolphins. I'm coming back home. I'm coming back home to Queensland, and I'm going to play in Brisbane, but it's not going to be for the Broncos. I'm surprised, you know. He's obviously not... he obviously doesn't hold a grudge, Reece Walsh. Because, if I were discarded by a team and then got given to another team and proved myself, I would not be coming back to the team that didn't believe in me. But, you know. Oh, he's off! He's off! The Storm have got a player sent to the bin here. The cheese is off for 10. What did he do? I'm so keen to see what happened here. The cheese is off. Craig Bellamy is just... Craig Bellamy does not know what's happening. Ow! Craig Bellamy doesn't know what's happening here. James Intox, ahoy there, mate. How are you doing? 20 points to 0 to the Sharks, James. Can you believe it? I mean, I tipped the Sharks, but not by 20-0. Oh, he got sent to the bin for dissent. He got sent to the sin bin for 10 minutes for dissent. Oh, Pappenhausen's injured himself. Pappenhausen has dived Superman style to try and knock back in field the kick to touch, and he's ended up hurting himself. And it's tackle 2 here for the Sharks. 30 metres out from the Storm line. They've got the pressure on, and they could potentially ice this game here. And I am one of only 2 people who tip the Sharks in the Wasted World of Sports NRL official tipping contest. Me and one other person tipped the Sharks. And they are 5 metres away from icing this game. 4th tackle, 10 metres out. Trindle, dummies, goes back in field. 5th and last, 10 metres out from the line. Brayley from dummy half to Tracey. Nobody to pass to. Storm get the ball, but they get the ball a metre out from their own line. Entrenched in the right-hand corner. A metre out from their own line. A long way to go. Oh, and what solid defense from the Sharks. That's what you want. 3 guys just bollocks in. He's trying to milk a penalty now as well. Chris Lewis trying to score a penalty, but nothing doing. Because it was just a good, solid hit. It was a great hit. And he's trying to milk a penalty. Hamlin Ueli maybe copped a shoulder there. It didn't look like it. Finucane ready to come back on. Nothing doing there. That's just a great solid hit. Great solid hit. Oh, he's on report. Okay, so it will be a penalty. It will be a penalty. What a load of garbage. Absolute load of garbage. There wasn't even any contact, for the love of Christ. That is just a great solid hit. And there's a great solid defensive effort as well. 3 Sharks dragging Ieremia backwards 10 meters at least. Now let's remember Melbourne Storm, Brandon Smith has been sent off to the sin bin for 10 minutes for dissent. Ed Vogel says, which NRL coaches have the most rage for their players? Oh, well, Craig Bellamy for sure. Craig Bellamy for sure. I reckon Trent Robinson's a bit of a hard ass in the sheds as well. Oh, what a take by Will Kennedy. Pappenhausen is struggling in back play. He's in a bit of trouble there, Paps. There goes my multi. I think my multi might be done anyway. But there definitely goes my multi because Pappenhausen... Oh, I've just spilt my drink everywhere. God damn it. Of course I have. Anthony Griffin, not so much. Not so much, I don't think. I think Anthony Griffin would get upset, but not to the point that it would be terrifying. Yeah. I can imagine him getting upset, but not that bad. Not Bellamy bad. Des Hasler as well. Okay, so let's go. I reckon we've got number 1, Bellyache. Number 2, Trent Robinson. Number 3, Des Hasler. Yeah. That'd be the top 3. That'd be the podium, I dare say. Gold medal, silver medal, bronze medal. Bellamy, Robinson, Hasler. Yep, that's what I reckon. Top 3 most abusive coaches at halftime. "17 minutes to go in this contest. It is 20 points to 0. Sharks over the Storm. Storm, tackle 5. Still their own side of halfway. Brendan Smith is still in the sin bin for another 6 minutes. Hughes with the high ball. No pressure at all on Will Kennedy. And Kennedy shuffles across field, runs into one of the biggest guys in the defensive line, which wasn't very smart. But then they're all over him, and that's got to be a set restart for what it's worth on tackle 1. But it wasn't. Okay. Different rules apply to the Storm, obviously, as they often do. And so what that means is the Sharks are now tackle 4, 40 meters out from the Storm line, and there's very close to a crusher. Very close to a crusher tackle there. Centimeters away from a crusher. 5th and last, 30 meters out here, Sharks. Where do they go? Where do they go? They go short side to the right. There's Trindle. Trindle's going to go high. And it's a terrible kick, to be fair. Awful kick. An even worse tap back. And now, beware the second kick. Unless it's that shit. Whoa, although Storm taken over the sideline, but penalised. Of course. Of course it's a penalty. Of course it's a penalty, because you can't tackle the Storm over the sideline. It doesn't matter if you're ahead by 20 points or not. You can't tackle the Storm over the sideline. Santa Zenith, ahoy there. Well, welcome along. Storm who? Knee. Oh, okay, that's upside down. Knees. No knees on the ground. No ass cheeks on the ground. He was perfectly entitled to take him over the sideline. But anyway, 20 points to nil it is. Going wide here, Storm. Spreading it wide, but no numbers. No numbers. Remember, Brandon Smith in the sin bin for descent. He's still got a couple of minutes left. Grant with the offload. Pappenhausen keeps it alive. Justin Quagwe. Ahoy there, mate. Oh, kick over the top by Pappenhausen, I think it was. I was looking at the chat room, so I didn't see who kicked it. But it doesn't matter because Brayley's got the ball for the Sharks. 10 out from their own line. Santa Zenith's long way home for the Storms. Yes, long way home. 14 minutes to go. Brandon Smith is in the sin bin for another couple of minutes. And it's 20 points to nil to the Sharks. I think what the Storm need to look at right now is, can they score any points at all? Or are they going to get done to blot? Are they going to get done to blot here tonight at PointsBet Stadium? Fifth and last Sharks here. 35 out from their own line. A really disjointed, terrible set of 6 there. Trendall with the kick. Charge down. It'll be 6 again. 6 again. Kennedy up the middle. And they start this set now on the front foot. Right on the halfway line. That was great for the Sharks. Lucky, but great. Connor Tracey runs into the wrong man. Nelson has just devoured him with a big hit. Tackle 3 here for the Sharks midfield. They've got the forward momentum, though. They come to the left. Moylan, inside ball. Oh, there was big space there, but it's chopped down by Jerome Hughes. They still dummy to the short side. They go open side. Moylan dummies out the back to Trendall. Kennedy in front of Ramian. Ramian to Katoa. Katoa scores. Katoa scores. 24 points to nil. They created the numbers. They did it perfectly there, the Sharks. 24-0 kick to come. I can't believe, actually, that's the first try of this half. Moylan dummied inside and went outside. We probably need to look at this obstruction here. I think this will get looked at. I do think that this will go upstairs and be looked at for obstruction. But Katoa, at the end of that backline move there, over for the try, potentially. And it may be 24-0. I think we need to look at this here. So Moylan out the back to Trendall. Trendall, did Kennedy catch that on the outside shoulder? I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. This could be called back. This could be called back. I've just spilt my drink everywhere. They're not going back over halfway. Oh, try confirmed by the bunker. Try confirmed. Sione Katoa, 24 points to nil. I am not so sure that that ball was caught on the outside shoulder. We need to have a look at this again. Let's have a look at this very closely. So Moylan dummies inside. Goes out Trendall to Kennedy. Kennedy has not in any way caught that on the outside shoulder. Jeez, I mean, you see those called up so often. I'm not going to complain because it's my Sharks. But, oy, that was a close call. Try confirmed anyway. 24 points to nil. Kick to come. Absolutely unbelievable scenes here. Sharks, I mean, I'm one of the only 2 people in the Waste the World of Sports tipping contest. Oh, Braden Trendall, you are awful at kicking goals from this side of the field, mate. Goddamn awful. I think if the try is scored on this right-hand side of the field, Braden Trendall does not get to have the shot at goal because he's awful. From the other side of the field, he's fine. This side of the field, goddamn atrocious. 24 points to nil. It stays. 11 minutes to go. Brandon Smith getting ready to come back on the field. Storm back to a full complement. So, as I was saying, I'm one of the only 2 people who tipped the Sharks to win. Me, one of the only 2 people. Off, Fafita gets away from 2, keeps charging upfield, draws in another 3 defenders. Oh, he's going back in time to the 2016 grand final there. Taking 5 guys with him upfield with a rampaging run. The cheese is back on from his little spell in the sin bin. And it's tackle 2 now. Sharks up to the halfway line. What a great start to this set. Fourth tackle now. The 40. Finucane with a big run. 35 out from the Storm line midfield. Options left and right. They go right. Trindle puts it high. Again, it's not deep enough, but the pressure's on. Oh, it's a nice take there from Ieremia. Ten minutes to go in this game. 24 points to 0. Sharks over the Storm. Absolutely unreal. Unreal. What a result. What a result. I mean, it's not over yet. We've seen teams lose or at least get run close with this sort of scoreline before, so they can't switch off. Numbers here for the Storm if they look out left, but they don't. Again, not for the... Oh, and Bromwich is in trouble. Bromwich is in big trouble. Bromwich is in huge trouble here. He has doubled over in pain. He's on the ground. He's held onto the ball so as not to give away a knock on, but he is in big trouble here, Bromwich. Oh, there's a broken ankle. Holy Jesus. Oh. Oh. Oh, that looked nasty. I don't think there was anything. There was nothing in the tackle that was just really unfortunate. And he has come out on the wrong side of that. Oh, jeez. That's... That is not a hip drop. That's just a really unfortunate set of circumstances there for Bromwich. Placed on report, so that means it's going to be a penalty. Wow. Wow. That is not a hip drop. That's momentum. That's all one motion. That is momentum carrying him across. It's just a really unfortunate circumstance. That is a Melbourne Storm penalty there. James, are you prepared? James Intox, are you prepared to call it yet with 10 to go? Absolutely. It's game over. Sharks have won. It's just a matter of how much by. I think Sharks will be happy with 24-0. Melbourne could get a try or two. But yeah, this one's over. They've won it. They've won it against all the odds, I would like to say. A fantastic statement game by the Sharks. Fantastic statement game. That's what it is. So it ends up being a penalty. For some reason. Fucked if I know why, but... No, it's okay, James. I said that. That's exactly why it was a statement game by the Sharks. Because now I appreciate you weren't here for the start of the stream when I was talking about the Sharks' history and how they have a history of like not winning these sorts of games. And I was reminded of I wanted to, I couldn't narrow it down too much, but I wanted to say 04, 06, like somewhere in that 04, 06 period. They were running fourth, I think, and the Broncos at the time were in the top 8, but not really threatening that much. But they were in the 8, I'm pretty sure. Both teams were in the 8. But from what I remember, the Sharks were above the Broncos. And, of course, it was Origin time. And the Broncos had about 8 players out. Because back in those days, the Queensland Origin team basically was a mix of the Storm and the Broncos. You know, take half the Storm team, and half the Broncos team and put them together, and you've got the Queensland State of Origin team. That's how it was back then. And, so I was away. I was up in Mount Tamborine. I was having a day trip, and I was listening in on the radio. And anyways, the Sharks, full strength against a Broncos Origin-depleted team. I went, it's gonna be a walk in the park. And, they were doing really well up to that point, the Sharks. They were looking like a top 8 team. And anyway, they came out, they got plastered. The Broncos reserve grade team just decimated them on every level. And I said, they're not going to win another game all season. And what ended up happening was the Sharks went on to not win another single game for the entire season and finished near the bottom of the table. So when this situation arose tonight, that was a long time ago. I mean, we're talking 04, 06. We're talking like almost 10 years ago. So, a lot of water under the bridge since then. But I'm a Sharks supporter. The Sharks are the Sharks. It's hard to forgive and forget, no matter what's happened in between there. They've got a long, storied history of losing the unlosable. So when tonight came around, I was very split. I'm like, okay, the Storm are under strength, but this is a game the Sharks usually lose. Here goes Pappenhausen for a try. He's got one, and that's going to be a tick for my multi. There is a tick for my multi. Pappenhausen can score another one, and that'd be nice. And then Mulatalo can get one too, and then I'll get my $720. Anyways, long story short, James, basically what I'm saying is this is the sort of game that traditionally the Sharks lose. Outside of 2016 aside, this is the sort of game that they lose traditionally. I'm impressed that they've actually got up and won tonight. No matter how they go about it, if they switch off now and leak in a couple of tries... Oh, wait, it's not even... Wait. It's not even a guaranteed try. But basically, that's what I'm saying, James, is they would usually find a way to lose this game, is what I'm saying. This was an opportunity for them to step up, and I've been saying all night, much to Michelle's chagrin. Michelle hates me for saying so, that it's an understrength Storm team. She hates the fact that I'm acknowledging that, because she hates the Storm. But I've acknowledged all night it's an understrength Storm team, but this is the sort of game that the Sharks usually lose. It was a statement game for them. Oh, Ed, I even thought the Storm were going to win the 2016 Grand Final. And I'll tell you what, they were one pass away from winning the Grand Final. I can't remember who it was, but yeah, they had the Sharks with about, what was it? It was probably about 8 minutes to go. They absolutely skittled the Sharks down the right-hand edge, and they were one pass away from scoring what would have been the match-winning try. But whoever it was dummied and tried to go on his own, and Sharks covered it off. So, yeah, there was a very, very close game, that one. A very close game. Oh, Ramian gets a treble. I mean, he's had an awful game, to be fair. Jesse Ramian has had an absolute shocker, but somehow he is coming out of this with 3 tries. Somehow he's coming across with 3 tries, but overall, he has had an absolute shocker. Overall, this season, he's been just secretly, Dan, what does she know? About what? Try confirmed. It is 28 points to nil. 28 points to nil, Sharks. over the Storm. Oh, you've got to be happy. Under strength Storm team or not, you've got to be happy with this result as a Sharks supporter. What does Michelle know about footy? Oh God! Oh, there's a really funny moment. I'm sure she probably doesn't. I mean, this happened in the live stream, so she probably doesn't mind me talking about it because it happened. It's still on YouTube for everybody to see. One of the funniest moments. See, we look the nature. Oh, hang on, wait. Braden Trindle on the right-hand side. He's 2 from 5 tonight. His 3 misses have been from this edge, and they've all been awful, and that's awful as well. Oh, he's terrible from this side of the field. It could have been 34-0. It could have been 34-0. It could have been 36-0. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt from that one because it was so far out wide. It could have been 36-0, but realistically 34-0. It's just Braden Trindle kicking goals from that right-hand side. It's goddamn awful. Anyway, what was I on about? Oh, yeah, Michelle. Yeah, funny story about Michelle early on in the streaming. Now, I've been live streaming for a long time. Not doing sports commentary, but just in general. So, I know the shit to expect, basically. I'm prepared for it. I'm not necessarily sure Michelle was prepared for it. Oh! Cheese has just been drilled into the ground head first. I'm surprised his head's still on. He's getting up all right, though. Seems fine. He's lifted there for feet. Oh, he's flipped himself over. See his left leg there. Watch his left leg. He has flipped himself over, the dirty prick. Oh, the dirty bastard has flipped himself over. Watch his left leg. Fafita's lifted his right leg, and then Cheese has flipped himself over here. What a dirty bastard. Oh, what a dirty little prick. That's why Fafita's laughing his ass off. Fafita is laughing his ass off walking back into the sheds. Because if anybody actually watches that video, the Cheese has kicked his own leg up to flip himself over, going for the penalty. What a goof. Anyway, what was I on about? Oh, yeah. So, basically, I've been live streaming in some capacity long enough to know there's going to be all kinds of shit. There's going to be all kinds of shit from all kinds of angles. You know, it's the nature of the beast. It is what happens. You're going to get called fat. You're going to get called stupid. You're going to get told you suck. All these things are going to happen. There's a try for the Storm. 16. Who's 16? There is the Storm's try. Alec McDonald. Over he goes. Consolation try for the Storm. On the back of the biggest milked penalty you will ever see. And the Cheese. Give the Cheese the assist there because he kicked his leg up and flipped himself over to cause the spear tackle. But anyways, one of the very first streams, we were doing a dual stream. Michelle was here in studio, and somebody in the chat room has just come in. I can't remember who they were and or whatever, but they've come into the chat room and they've just gone, "Oh, shut up, you stupid bitch!" Like, why do chicks think they know about footy? That person got banned pretty quickly, but yeah, it's just like, I don't know. I mean, look, Michelle's background is in radio, so I'm sure she's used to Maybe not directly that sort of stuff as well, but I'm sure that she's had a troll or two online in her past. But yeah, still, I thought that was kind of funny at the same time. But anyway, Ed Vogel, will the Sharks win the premiership? No, not this year. No, not this year. Not this year. I think they'll sneak into the 8 this year. They'll sneak into the 8. I don't think they're a threat for the premiership, though. Will the Blues make history at Suncorp Game 3? They should. Realistically, they should. I mean, let's face it. It's a goddamn stadium. It is a goddamn stadium. I don't understand why a stadium is a hoodoo. It's a bloody stadium. The team that they're playing is shithouse. I mean, that Queensland team is decent, but not great. New South Wales team is a lot better. They should win. They seem to let this stuff get into their heads, though. Oh, no, that's all right, James. It's not a problem. I just got it reminded me of that story, and I'm like, I wanted to share it. That was absolutely, absolutely nothing against you at all. I totally got that. It just reminded me of that story, and so I had to share it. That's all. Yeah, absolutely no problem there. Just, totally reminded me of it. I'm like, that's right, that happened. This story happened very early on in the streams. 17 seconds to go in this contest. Storm looking for another consolation try. I tell you what, it'll be a, well, it's not going to happen now, but, Mulatalo. I'll tell you what, it would have been an absolute slap in the face had Pappenhausen scored another one, because I would have missed. Oh, no, he didn't get a double. Never mind. That's right, that try got called back. Cronulla Sharks, 28 points to 6. I tell you what. I did not think it was going to be that comprehensive at all. No way did I think it was going to be that comprehensive. I mean, I tipped the Sharks last minute to win. Did not think that it was going to be by that much. 28 points to 6. Comprehensive. Great stuff. I tell you what, I've got a very important day at work tomorrow, so I'm not going to hang around for a whole lot post stream tonight, but I will stick around on Discord for a little bit. If you're following the Discord, feel free to head over there. We'll have a chat in the chat room and whatnot. But yeah, I'm going to end the stream very, very quickly in terms of the gameplay and the commentary. So thank you very much for joining us for this one. If you're on Discord, feel free to stick around. I'll have a post-game chat. But I do need to head off and get ready for a little bit of work ahead this evening and a big day tomorrow. So 28 points to 6 at full time here. Sharks, impressive. Under strength Storm, granted, but very impressive. Given the Sharks' history, given the circumstances, that was a game that they really did need to win. And so we absolutely acknowledge that the Storm were missing their origin players, but still, that was a big, big game for the Sharks. No, haven't done the quarry yet, James. Hoping to do so. Hoping to do so at some stage over this weekend, because it's a bit of a quiet game. Bit of a quiet round, I should say. Bit of a quiet round in terms of the games for the NRL. So, yeah, hopefully I get a little bit of an opportunity this weekend to jump back onto Intox. But anyways, we'll sort that out. Thank you very much for joining me for this one. Fantastic as always. Wasted World of Sports. We will catch you, well, probably tomorrow night. Who's playing tomorrow night? Incidentally. Knights, Rabbitohs. We'll see. We'll see. I won't commit to it. Maybe tomorrow night I'll stream Intoxigamer because that game's so shithouse. Knights, Rabbitohs is so shithouse. Maybe I'll do Intoxigamer tomorrow. We'll see. Thank you so much. Discord, if you've got it, I'll be hanging out there for a bit. Otherwise, I'll catch you next time. Thank you so much. Cheers. Wasted a lot of sports. Ahoy.